and welcome to the Weeknight T20 Division 2 finals. We have Crescent Stars playing St. John's, and Crescent Stars are batting. At the end of 1 over, they've scored 9 for no loss. And promises to be an interesting game. To take you through the rest of the game, I am Avinash, and with and you're watching this game live on the 22 Yards Network. Krunal is bowling his medium pacers to Hussain and Abdullah. Hussain is on strike. A couple of decent shots in the first over, but overall it's been kept a little tight. But there you go, one big shot here for four. Lovely shot straight over the non-striker's head. And the commentator's curse begins. 15 for no loss after 3 balls into the second over. One more full toss, but this time straight to the fielder in the deep. And that's the first wicket for St. John's. I would say that was probably a little lucky wicket, a full toss. It deserved the treatment, but unfortunately, the placement was not quite where the batsman would have wanted, and it went straight to the fielder at the long on boundary, and a pretty comfortable catch at the end. So doesn't matter how the wickets come, but it has come. So 15 for 1. St. John's probably pretty happy with that. Umang at the deep taking a very comfortable catch, and Hussain has been dismissed for 13 of 7 balls. The new batsman is Shubham. He's played 40 matches in the weekday league and scored 205 runs. Here's an opportunity for him to make a decent score for himself. He's come in at the second over and he has enough time to go ahead and get a good score for himself and his team. And that's a wide going round the wicket. Left arm batsman, it is always a little difficult to uh, get the rhythm when you change from over the wicket and around the wicket. And this time that was a very good delivery. The umpire telling the bowler not to block his view after the run up. Again, a very good delivery. At the end of 2 overs, the score is 16 for 1. A successful over by Krunal. St. John's have probably good reason to feel that this is a good start for them. Time for Crescent Stars to make sure that the upper hand by St. John's doesn't last too long. Gaurav with his second over. Oh, that's an edge that has gone behind the wicket and a quick run taken. But that edge should actually encourage the bowler. It has given strike to the left arm Shubham. So the field settings changed a little bit, and the bowler has to change his line and length to accommodate the left armour. A good aggressive field setting over here, offside heavy, and good ball. That was a good line, good length, and decent pace. Although the batsman was in control, could not really score off that ball. Ooh, once again, what a lovely delivery. A beautiful delivery that Shubham, lucky that it didn't touch his bat. Oh, this time Shubham tries to hit the ball out of the ground but doesn't make any sort of contact. Crescent Stars are under pressure and it is showing. The next ball, this time coming to him at a comfortable height on the leg side, gently steered away towards that leg side fielder on square leg for a single. Just a single, just 2 runs off this over so far. Very good over. Good control there by Gaurav. After 9 runs in his first over, he has done a really good job here coming back. This time, Yorker length delivery, and once again a dot ball. That was such a wonderful over there. Just 2 runs coming off it. Remember, just 2 runs off a power play over. This is a very, very good, good over there. 18 for 1 after 3. Krunal comes back with his next over. A successful first over. Got thrashed for 4 straight down the ground, but managed to get a wicket off the very next ball. Here he comes. A good delivery there, and they tried to put the fielder under pressure. If it had been a direct hit, uh, that would have been pretty risky, but they still managed to get that 1 run. Uh, Crescent Stars showing the pressure. That's a wide. It's way down the offside. Trunal going in for the next delivery of this over. That was hit quite good delivery. Oh, and the catch is dropped and it goes for a 4. that was hit quite high, and when he was getting into position, it looked like he had it under control, but unfortunately, uh, I think he probably lost sight of the ball at the last minute. It goes right through his hands and cross the boundary after one bounce. So that will relieve some pressure of the Crescent Stars. They get a boundary, a welcome boundary there. Oh, that's another wide. St. John's need to make sure that after every good over, they need to maintain that pressure. Already 7 runs of this over with only 2 legal deliveries so far. Krunal with his next ball, and this time gives some width, and that ball has been hammered towards that extra cover boundary for another 4. I think, I mean, his eyes lit up when he saw the width on offer and just gave all he had through the bat on the ball, which went for a easy boundary, just raced across the field on the offside. And Krunal follows that up with another wide. 12 runs of this over so far and just 3 legal deliveries. The score has moved on to 30. Krunal needs to get some control, and this was a full delivery, and once again not very difficult to dispatch such a ball to the boundary. This time it went to the leg side towards cow corner and placed beautifully into the gap. A good shot at the end of it. 16 runs of this over so far. Here comes Krunal and another wide. Might be a good idea for someone to go and talk to Krunal and give him some encouragement. And this time the ball goes high, 2 fielders behind it, and again the ball got dropped. It's very unfortunate. He caught the ball in his hand, but it bounced off his palms. I guess there was probably some distraction with the 2 fielders converging against each other, and he probably lost the control he thought he had. But it's unfortunate. The last ball of Krunal's over. This time bowls a good line and length. The ball just steered towards the point fielder and a single there. So a very good over for Crescent Stars. The score moves on to 38, 20 runs of that over. Just a reminder, this is the finals of the Division 2 of the Weeknight League. Crescent Stars against St. John's. Crescent Stars batting first. St. John's going to chase. Gaurav, after two good overs, has come back for his third one. All the pressure built up from his second over has been somewhat offset by that 20-run over by Krunal. That's a slight misfield there, which enables Crescent Stars to get two. They are batting with their tails up. So Crescent Stars won the toss and chose to bat. It's what normally teams do at such a big finals. It's a nice sunny day here, good batting conditions, so no doubt they decided to go there. This time a full toss, driven straight down the ground for a single. Shubham gets back on strike after quite some time. And Amin is on 21. Oh, that's a wide. Tried that back of the hand delivery, but didn't quite work out. Good tall bowler. Once again, losing his line there. I think so far he has had reasonable success when bowling to the right hander from around the wicket. Over the wicket, he seems to be struggling to the left hander. This time, a good ball, very good ball. Shubham tries to hit it on the onside but misses it completely. Here he comes with his next ball. Once again, good line. A little fuller, but no harm. Hit straight to the fielder. A good defensive shot, but straight to the fielder. This time a full toss. Hit straight to the fielder at long on. A slight misfield, but no harm. Six runs off this over so far. One ball left. Here he comes. This time the ball driven straight down the ground. Just a single. 7 runs off that over. 45 for one. 45 for one after five. At a run rate of 9, you have one more power play over here. No doubt Crescent Stars will try to take full advantage of it. Bowling change, Umang to bowl the last power play over. Krunal struggled with his line and length. in the previous over, so uh, he's getting a break. Uh, he's taken a wicket so far, so he was successful in his first over, but was unfortunately a bit expensive. So Umang comes in to bowl his first ball here. Shortish delivery, and this has gotten the treatment. The ball goes behind the square leg fielder there for 4. Some adjustment to the field, accommodating for potentially another short ball. Yes, another short ball here, but this time hit straight to the fielder on the offside. Just a single. Amin is on 27. Remember, this is the weeknight league, so a batsman can add the maximum score 30, after which he has to retire. And that was a beautiful ball. Spot on. Comes Umang with his next ball. This time the ball straying down the leg side. They're managing to take a single off the wide. Okay, the umpire changing his decision there. Not a wide, it's a leg by and a single. Amin is back on strike. He's going to hit a decent shot there to the edge of the circle on the offside for a single. He's on 28. Shubham facing his next ball. Last ball of this over. Last ball of the power play. A full toss, slowish full toss. Uh, Not very easy to hit, and just flick down the leg side for a single, and that's the end of the power play. 53 for 1. Decent start for Crescent Stars. They didn't lose more than that first wicket, and St. John's, after a couple of good overs, have conceded a little, have been a little expensive. It's time for them to pull back now that they can have more fielders outside of the circle protecting the boundary. Shubham is on strike. He's on 4 of 13 balls. Amin on 28. Slight tweaks to the field. Have two boundary protectors here at the down the ground, long off and long on. But everyone else is inside, which is interesting. In the meanwhile, Sood Is the new bowler. Good start. Good length delivery to start off with. S- Second ball, full toss, placed into that gap just right of the bowler, and comfortably able to take the single, handing the strike over to Amin. Is he going to go for that glory shot? Would be interesting to see. Sood, a good ball, very good ball. A slowish ball which completely flummoxed Amin, who is on 28, seeing the ball quite well, but still was not able to negotiate that ball. Here comes this time. It's straight to the fielder at long off for a single. He moves on to 29 as Shubham gets back on strike. He's on 5 of 15, uh, playing an anchor-ish role. Not something that you see too often in a T20 game. He has a 33 strike rate, but he hasn't given up his wicket either. This time, just dropping the ball outside of the pitch area and taking an easy single, handing that strike back to Amin, who is on 29. The next batsman is ready. What is Amin going to do with this ball? Only 3 runs off this over so far. Very good over. Oh, that went straight up. That was a full toss above waist. So it's a no ball. Two runs off that, but both of them go towards extras. So Amin is still there. He didn't run, so he still retains strike. That should be a free hit. And Amin decides not to take that single, probably wanting to go for that glory shot to finish off his innings here. And the score is 57 for 1 after 7. Just 4 runs off Sood's over. Very good over there. The first over after power play. You're watching this game live thanks to 22 Yards Network and our sponsors, whom I will acknowledge right after this over. Umang is back for his second over. Shubham on strike. Let's see what he does. Oh, a beautiful ball there. Absolutely no answers for that one. He just about defends that ball. No scope of taking a run. This time He hits it's an aerial shot on the offside and another drop catch. Just misjudgment on where the ball was traveling to. They take a quick two there, and Umang follows that up with a wide. After that first wicket, I think Crescent Stars made a good comeback with a couple of expensive overs. And St. John's need to get back into the game now. They are quite uh, they're quite not there yet. Could not capitalize on that early wicket that they took. Oh, and this time to the full toss, a Yorker length delivery, which was hit behind the hit behind the wicket. 2 runs taken. Shubham has managed to get a move on. The next ball, another wide. .64 for one after 7.3 overs. It changes his angle, and is that out? An unfortunate run out there. Amin has to depart in his quest for getting on strike as quickly as possible. He has lost his wicket. Shubham was not interested in that run at all. Yes, it was kind of suicidal, but Amin wanted to get on the other side and finish off with the glory shot, but unfortunately did not quite work out. But good innings, 29 of 20. He has given Crescent Stars the momentum that they needed at the start of the innings. Abdullah is the new batsman. He's at the non-striker's end. St. John's would be glad to get that wicket. That was a full delivery, placed well, but still just a single. Eight runs off this over, around 65. So the match is kind of seesawing. I don't think any team has the upper hand right now. And Abdullah takes a quick single. A direct hit would have made it a little tricky, but uh, not quite happened there. So 66 for 2 after 8 overs. Shubham on a sedate 9 of 21 balls, and Abdullah just opens his account. Sood back for his second over. A very good first over, just 4 runs coming off it. 66 for 2 after 8. White ball to start off the over. I think after winning the toss, Crescent Stars probably won't mind the score. Um, I'm sure they would have loved a little more, but the score is not too bad. Just advancing a little bit down the wicket and meeting the ball and hitting it straight to that fielder who is at shortish cover. Good field placement. They've probably done their research over there. Oh, that was a lovely ball. That was a lovely ball. Completely beat Abdullah there. He's lucky he didn't get a nick. Here comes Rohit Sood with his next ball. Oh, and this time it's been lovely, beautifully steered behind the wicket to the vacant third man region. A valiant effort by the fielder at short third man to stop, but didn't quite work out. They ran three, and 3 runs, which is a pretty rare occurrence on these grounds. Shubham back on strike, and this time tries to take advantage of that leg side line to hit the ball over short fine leg's head, but could not connect. But it was a wide in any case. Here he comes. Oh, and this time a little bit of width, shortish delivery, and there is some hesitation on both sides, but no harm done. There needs to be some tightening as far as the running between the wicket goes. And this time he manages to get a good connection towards that boundary. The ball is stopped just inside the boundary rope there, and just 7 runs off this over so far. Not a bad over. Shubham moves along to 11. And a wide again. There needs to be some control, I guess, over the number of wides being bowled. And this time, a good ball there. Decent line on the fuller side, but all Shubham could do was defend it on the offside. So the score moves along to 74 for 2 after 9. We've seen that the run rate has been somewhat consistent since that 20 run over. Uh, Before that 20 run over, the run rate was about 6. That over lifted the run rate to closer to 9. Uh, and then it's now been around that 8.2, 8.4 mark. So, with some good tactical running and all the extras, I think the Crescent Stars are able to maintain that run rate. I'm sure they would like it to go up. Now let's see what Umang does in his third over. Width given and cut towards the offside. Good backing up there by the fielders. Did the umpire just indicate a no ball there? Oh, this time width given and an underedge takes the ball behind the wicket for 2 runs. Shubham is on 11 of 24. This time an easy single taken gets Abdullah on strike. 78 for 2. Oh, and this time exploiting that, uh, I wouldn't say a gap, but he would have probably tried to hit it in that gap between the keeper and the fine leg region, but didn't make as good a connection as he wanted to, but gets a single nevertheless. This time a quick single. There was a direct throw, but it did not cause any damage. Shubham is still there. Good over so far, just 6 runs of it. This time the ball is hit straight to the fielder at shortish mid wicket, and at the halfway mark, Crescent Stars are 81 for 2. Shubham is not out at 15. Abdullah Karim is not out on 7. Hussein Shafaq and Amin Khidri the wickets. Amin played a good, well played 29. And look at that extras. That's the second highest score right now. So St. John's have to get those extras under control. Just 1 wicket off the ball. Krunal Patel, a full toss that was hit straight to the fielder in the deep, and the other run, and the other was straight to a run out. A run out. A decent bowling so far. Just that one expensive over by Krunal, but if the extras were taken out of the equation, the bowling has been pretty decent so far. Here comes Naveen Patel with his left arm spin. Abdullah definitely wanting to get a move on. They have 10 overs to do so, and good, well run 2 over there. With 10 overs remaining and 8 wickets at hand, uh, they would be hoping to double the score from here. That was missing leg, but uh, not a bad shout actually. This time hit very well. Excellent shot, swept behind the square leg umpire for a 4, a welcome 4. I'm sure that gives some life to the Crescent Stars supporters and teammates there. Here's the next ball by Naveen. This time the line was a little bit outside off stump. Quick 2, a more accurate throw might have been interesting, but it was actually quite well run. The ball was hit straight to the fielder, but it was hit a little slow, so they managed to take 2. This time that was an ultra flighted delivery and some overthrows giving a run there. That was interesting. The ball went quite high up above the batsman's eye line, but managed to come back and below his waist. It was still a full toss, but a legal delivery at the end of it. Uh, and the batsman initially hit it straight to the fielder, but an overthrow gave them a run. So score moves along to 90, 90 for 2. That run rate of 8 plus still being maintained. I'm sure they would, Crescent Stars would probably want to start accelerating now if they want to go beyond that 160 towards 180. They have a good solid foundation to be able to do so. Nitin is the next bowler. That was a full toss. The batsman missed it. The bat pad. So no LBW, and they managed to get a single as well. Shubham this time comfortably giving the strike to Abdullah, who is on 17 of 14. Full toss hit on the offside for just a single. I think Crescent Stars would probably have felt that they lost an opportunity there for getting more runs. Here goes Shubham. A misfield there will give them 2. That brings the score to 95. Shubham and Abdullah head to head on 18. Shubham places that ball comfortably towards mid wicket and takes that single. Last ball, just 5 runs off this over. But we've seen a lot of action here. That should be a wide. Nitin with his last ball of the over charges down and was a good looking shot, but aimed straight for the non strikers, and the stumps are flattened, and unfortunately, no run for such a fine looking shot. So, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors here: Auto Reboot, Prep Ultra, Abhi Jahangir, who runs Prep Ultra, Source Sports, who carry a lot of different sports brands. And we come back to the game. Shubham middling everything now and able to keep the strike rotating, which is a good sign. And Abdullah will probably take over as the aggressor. They have 7.5 more overs. The score nearing 100. Short ball there, hit towards the leg side. Easy double. Both the batsmen on 20. The score reaches 100 in 12.2. Again, pretty consistent. A good ball. Batsman expecting that would be a wide, but just about bowling within the line there. Uh, this time the bat hits the ground but misses the stumps. Misses the stumps very narrowly actually. So not quite out there, but it was a pretty interesting ball. Abdullah has had a good success around that leg side. So trying to mirror that and get some more runs off there, and misses the ball. This time a full toss, hit on the offside, but there's a fielder there protecting the deep. Again, the ball hits the stumps, but the batsman is comfortably in. Only 5 runs of this over. Pretty good over so far. 2 wicket opportunities did not quite materialize. Goes Naveen with his next ball. This was highish full toss, and given the treatment, a six. Was that the first six of this innings? I think there's some confusion of whether it was four or six. The umpire is going to consult, and the decision stays. So that's a six. Good finish to that over. 11 runs coming off it. The score 108 in 13 overs. Abdullah has moved on to 28. Shubham on strike here with Nitin bowling his next over. Good, good looking shot, aerial shot behind the bowler's head, but doesn't go the distance. Just a single. Shubham is rotating the strike quite well now. A good sign. This time Abdullah hits the full toss straight to that shortish mid-wicket fielder. And gets a single. Abdullah is on 29. This time Shubham hits a good full-blooded shot, and that's his first boundary, I think. He gets to 25 off a pretty handsome shot there down the ground. The ball bounces just above the fielder. Once again, a pretty good shot. Is this going to be caught this time again? A drop. Shubham gets two and he moves on to 27. So we are potentially going to see two new batsmen at the crease shortly. The question is who's going to reach 31st? And that goes off the outside edge towards the third man region. Ball stops well within the boundary there, and Shubham is also on 29. Last ball of the over. The run rate slowly creeping up from the early eights to the mid eights now, 8.53. How is Shubham going to get to that 30 plus score? He hits that straight towards the fielder at the offside, who misses the catch, and Shubham gets back after a sedate 30. 30 of 36 with 1-4. Abdul Rahim is now the new batsman. He comes on strike, and Abdullah has to wait for getting to his 30. 91.47 his strike rate. A veteran of 82 matches. Abdullah is a veteran of 96 matches. Both of them been around for a while. 1000 plus runs in the league. The score is 119 for 2, 8.5 the run rate. 6 overs to go. One would think that they would start their aggression now. Nicely cut for a single. Crescent Stars won the toss and decided to bat. Just lost 2 wickets, and Shubham depart after a sedate 30. Abdullah now reaches 30, and that's the end of his innings. A good innings there, 30 of 23 balls. Well played. Both of them made sure that the scoreboard kept ticking, and built a very good partnership, which has laid the platform for the lower order batsmen to really open up and go for a big score. 121 with 5.4 overs remaining. They should be eyeing that 160 to 170, probably more. That was a catch missed by the keeper. Those are difficult catches, but you got to catch them to make a difference. Naveen's next ball, this time hit wonderfully there into the gap for 4. A very good shot there. Judged the line and length quite early and hit it towards cow corner. And although a fielder was quite close to that area, he placed it extremely well for 4. Flighted delivery. I think the batsman wasn't quite sure how to go about it and just left it to the keeper. This time it was fired in. Oh, that was a close chance. So at the end of 15 overs, it's 126 for 2. 2 batsmen out and 2 batsmen retired. So we have the number 5 and number 6, who I'm sure will be hoping to play a few shots here to maximize the score. 126 for 2 at a run rate of 8.4. They continue with the same run rate. They should be able to get to 168. I'm sure they would aim for something higher than that, something closer to 180. Should look for some entertainment here now. Probably some smart singles, big shots, and St. John's are going to try their best to prevent all of that. That was a good ball. Came in from wide off the crease and just about managed to get the ball inside that line. Dot ball. This time, way down leg. That would be a wide. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. Beautiful, beautiful ball. No width, a little fuller length. All the batsman could do was defend it down the ground. This time, that would be a wide. Trying to mix it up, which is a good idea, but he needs to ensure that he does not concede those extras. This time, a full toss, hit down the leg side for just a single. Just 4 runs of this over so far. That was a fuller delivery. He comes out of the batting crease, takes a couple of steps, and guides it on the offside. But just 2 runs. The last ball, full toss, again hit towards the leg side. Ample protection there, but still could not prevent the two. And are they trying for the third? No. So 16 overs gone, 134 for two. Abdul Rahim and Ali here looking to get a move on. Meanwhile, getting back to our sponsors, Kinetic Sports, CDCL, Sword Sports, Northwest Physiotherapy, Auto Reboot, and Prep Ultra. Our sponsors, we thank them. They are the ones who help bring this broadcast to all of you. Yeah, so Sood comes back to continue after two very good overs in his first spell. He's going to try and get that run rate under control. A shortest ball hit towards uh, corner, but just 2 runs. Crescent Stars won't mind one or two boundaries. This time, a pretty good ball, a Yorker length ball, but yeah, the line was going outside leg stump, missing leg comfortably. Again, beautiful ball, and induces a nick there and gets a wicket off Abdul Rahim, who had scored 11 already. It was a good length ball which bounced a little higher than Abdul Rahim was expecting, and that completely undid whatever shot he was trying to play. Took a nick over to the keeper, who managed to catch that comfortably. Kurbani is the next batsman. Remember, you have three batsmen dismissed and two retired. So essentially, these batsmen are the number 7 and number 8. Sorry, number 6 and number 7. I'm sorry. And an easy catch there. So 1 wicket brings 2. And suddenly the upper hand that, or should I say, the slight upper hand that Crescent Stars had seems to have diminished. They've lost 2 quick wickets. It's Kurbani who's come in now. How much of a dent are those 2 quick wickets going to cause towards their quest for the 170 to 180 total? We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, just 3 runs off this over. Sood, after 2 excellent overs in his first spell, has made a difference in his first over of his second spell too. Good line, did not allow the batsman to get away at all. Managed to take a quick single, but nowhere near the big shots that the batsmen are hoping to play now. Ali is on strike. Very interesting to see what he tries to do, and he tries to hit that above the infield, but that just goes square on the leg side, and just a single. So just 5 runs of that over and 2 wickets. Terrific over. Just what St. John's needed at this juncture. Typically at the 16th over, the batsmen tend to start playing their shots, start taking risks to maximize the score, and just conceding 5 off the 17th over has really put a dent on Crescent Stars' plans of going for the big score. Nitin, with his last over of the spell, just 3 more overs left. The score's 140. For 4. Good ball there. And that was right there in the slot for Ali to hit, and he takes full advantage of that and goes for a huge 6 just down the ground on the leg side. Lovely shot. They have been waiting for that kind of a ball for quite some time. And here comes Nitin, and this time another similar shot, but this time just hits it over the infield and into the hands of the fielder. Did not time it as well. Uh, just because I think the length of the ball was a little different from the last ball. Kurbani gets on strike, and that is going to be a risky run, but avoided. Crescent Stars are going to try and hit every ball now. Kurbane hitting that over the infield, but manages just a single. 148. They should be able to get to 160, but they would probably be hoping for more. The last ball of this over, last ball of his spell, is again just a single. 10 runs of that over. Considering the fact that this was the 18th over, I think 10 runs is not bad at all. 149 for 4, 2 overs to go. Sood comes in for his final over. A brilliant over prior to this. He got 2 wickets and just 4 runs off that over. That was a lovely ball. Full length, a line that was very difficult to hit. And here he goes with his next ball. This time it was short. The ball goes straight up and dropped, but just a single. Sood almost getting his third wicket. But he's been bowling well. I'm sure he should be able to get one in the next 4 balls of his spell. He goes with another short ball. That is that out. That was quite close, and the umpire reckons the batsman has made it. I think the extra time that Sood needed to pick the stumps out, because the ball had already hit the stumps once, gave the batsman what he needed to be able to make it to the non-striker's end. So tough luck for the fielding side. Meanwhile, 150 is crossed, 151 for 4. Ali is on 14 on strike. Rohit Sood with his next ball, which is a wide. Will they try to go for 2? Yes, they will be able to. Three runs off that ball. A rare bad delivery there from Sood. Here he comes in. This time, again, wide given. That was marginal, I guess. Just above the line, I guess. And Rohit Sood was not exactly happy, but I think the umpire knows best. Here he goes. This time, again, outside the off stump. Just managing to hit that ball in the cover region for a single. Making some width for himself and hammered that ball just square off the ground on the offside. Beautiful shot. For 4, and they've reached the 160 mark. Now let's see how much more they are able to get from here. This is the last ball of the 19th over. And Sood gets his third wicket off the last ball. A simple cotton ball chance. Shortish ball bounced a little more, and all the batsman could do was tamely hit it back to Sood. So very good spell there. 4 overs, 28 runs, 3 wickets. Managed to keep the managed to keep the Crescent Stars batsmen somewhat quiet over the period where they would have looked to maximize runs. 160 for 5. 1 over to go. Muhammad is the new batsman on strike. Gaurav trying a run out there. The non-striker was backing up. Gaurav decided to take advantage, but I think they pulled back the appeal. And here he goes with the first ball of the last over, and that was hit down to the third man region, straight to the fielder. No run. A dot ball. Here's Gaurav with his second ball of the over. That line just out of the batsman's reach. A little a little more to the right, it would have been wide, but he perfected that. This time, the ball was hit behind the stumps on the leg side. Just a single. What an over this is turning out to be. Crescent Stars would have been eyeing at least 10 or 15 runs this over, but so far, with 3 balls to go, they've only scored the one. Here comes Gaurav. And that's bold. The batsman misses, the bowler hits. The line was straight at the stumps, and that's one more wicket. Sadiq, the new batsman, to play out the last 2 balls. Ali is stuck at the non-striker's end. So the last 2 balls of the over, and just 1 run off this last over. The perfect last over from St. John's perspective. Gaurav has done a fantastic job ensuring that the scoreboard does not run away. And here he is about to come and bowl the fifth delivery of the 20th over. Beautiful ball again, giving nothing to the batsman, just a tame defense and a single. The last ball, Ali comes on strike. Would be interesting to see what area he's going to target and what Gaurav is going to do. Again, here comes Gaurav for the last ball. Hits it straight to the fielder. And what a wonderful 20th over that was. Fantastic. Just 2 runs and 2 wickets. And restricting Crescent Stars to just 163, 162. So that's the overall, that's the scoreboard for you. Hussein Shafaq, a good start and got out in the second over. Then Amin Khidris played a wonderful knock, 29 of 20. Then Shubham and Abdullah, they played so wonderfully, so responsibly, ensured that they did not play too many shots, just kept the scoreboard ticking, singles and twos, and the odd boundary here and there. And after that, there was like a mini collapse. But Ali Chima playing a lone hand, getting to 16, Abdul Rahim 11, and quick wickets after that just ensured that the Crescent Stars did not go beyond too much beyond 160. The bowling, Gaurav Singh, that last over, oh my God, that was so good. 4 overs, 2 wickets for 20. Krunal, Krunal, 2 overs, 1 wicket for 27. Omang Parekh, none for 21. Rohit Sood, what a spell did he bowl? A wonderful first spell and a better second spell. 3 for 28. Naveen Patel, none for 27. And Nitin Kapoor, none for 36. 25 extras. I wonder how much of a difference that is going to make in the chase. But we will be back with the chase in about 10 minutes. So, uh, viewers, I would like to bring your attention to Together We Play for a Greater Cause. This is 22 Yards getting into partnership with the Canadian Cancer Society. So 100% of all funds raised here will directly go to the Canadian Cancer Society, which will support cancer patients, research prevention, and programs where they're needed most. Your support matters a lot. So please help with this fundraising. Uh, Scan the QR code and donate now. This is very important for the Canadian Cancer Society. We would love if our viewers are able to donate for this really worthy cause. 22 Yards is partnering with the society to be able to raise funds for cancer patients, cancer research, prevention, and advocacy programs where they are most needed. We will leave this QR code on the screen. Please, please, please donate. This is a really worthy cause. Thank you. We'll be back with the chase in about 10 minutes. Before we get to the chase, I wanted to remind you about the Canadian Cancer Society fundraising. Uh, we are partnered with them. 22 Yards has partnered with them uh, to be able to help them with some fundraising. So please scan the QR code to donate for a very noble cause. All these funds raised will go directly to the Canadian Cancer Society, which will help with the research, prevention, and advocacy programs, and also cancer patients in a place where it's needed the most. So we would like you to generously uh, donate here. Please scan the QR code. We will also keep bringing this QR code every once in a while for you to be able to scan and donate. So we now move on to the chase. 163 to get in the 20 overs. An interesting first innings. No team really ran away with it. Both of them had good spells. Uh, so 160 seems to be a fair score for a team that, for an innings that was not really dominated by either team. Now let's see if St. John's is going to be able to chase the score. Abdul Rahim is the bowler. He's going to begin the innings for the Crescent Stars. Siddhant and Bhuvanesh are the openers. Siddhant on strike. A decent first ball. Comfortably hit on the onside for a single. 160 on this ground is kind of a middling total. Can't say that it is extremely good, but neither is it bad. Uh, Good bowling is needed. Tight overs, not too many extras. Yes, that's the kind of bowling that is going to be needed pretty consistently for Crescent Stars to be able to control the chase. From the bowling perspective, a very, very loud appeal. Everyone was interested, but I think that ball was just about missing leg side. From a St. John's perspective, they need to be able to score consistently. That's something Crescent Stars did very good, very well. They managed to keep a consistent 8 plus run rate throughout the first innings. That's something St. John's also needs to emulate to be able to get close to the total. 2 runs of the first over so far. Here's the last ball. Wide. Those extras is where the Crescent Stars need to ensure that they do not emulate St. John's. 25 extras, making sure that they don't concede as much is going to make a lot of difference to how St. John's go in ensuring that, or Crescent Stars go in ensuring that St. John's don't run away with the chase. 3 runs of the first over, pretty good first over. Sadiq is the next bowler. Starts off with a full toss, Just a little wide, made the batsman reach out to it with just a single. A shortish delivery. This time hit towards that point area for just a single. That is out. An inside edge directed straight to off stump, and Crescent Stars get their first wicket. Bhunesh goes without disturbing the scorers too much. Ayam Sadiq gets that first wicket. I know it's early days, but I think Crescent Stars have made a pretty good start. They've bowled tight lines in the first over and the couple of balls we saw here. One or two more overs of this, and St. John's are going to be under a lot of pressure. Abhishek, the new batsman in 72 matches, good strike rate. He starts off with a beautiful cover drive. It's a pity that the ball doesn't travel too fast in these grounds. That shot deserved a lot more than the two that they just got. Such a pretty looking shot there. Abhishek making his intentions clear. This time guiding the ball towards the offside, but no run. Last ball of this over, a full toss, guided behind on the leg side. Will it reach the boundary? No, it stops just short. And 3 runs. That was extremely casual. He was comfortably making it, and I think he thought that the ball was nowhere near the pitch, and he was very casual about getting back to the non-striker's end. Good alert reaction by the wicketkeeper. He saw that Abhishek was quite slow and immediately took a chance. He had the time to actually aim and throw the ball, and Abhishek unfortunately has to go. 9 for 2. Welcome back. 9 for 2, chasing 163 after 2 overs. After that rather bizarre run out, Rohit comes to the crease. Abdul Rahim continues after his fine first over. Considering the size of the target, I think those kinds of runouts were not exactly required, but well, it has happened. Now let's see how St. John's go ahead with the chase from there. If he had just done a normal sprint, he would have comfortably made it to the non-striker's end, but oh well. I am expecting that there will be some responsible playing and running between the wickets going forward. 12 for 2. Abdul Rahim with his second ball of this over. He bowled a pretty good first over. He was on the money as far as line and length was concerned, not giving any room, not letting the batsman play any shots. So just a wide, which kind of spoilt that rest of the over. And he doesn't seem to be doing anything different this over too. 3 runs so far. And the batsman charges down the crease, hits the ball at the full toss into the gap and gets 2 runs. Last ball, 5 runs of this over so far. Just a simple defensive stroke, a dot ball. So the score is 14 for 2 after 3 overs. A fine start to the Crescent Stars defense. So just to remind you, 22 Yards has partnered with the Canadian Cancer Society. Your support matters a lot here. So please scan that QR code and donate. The all the money from the donation will go towards the Canadian Cancer Society for cancer patients, research prevention, and other cancer advocacy programs. Oh, that was close. Not sure if he got a nick there, but looking at the reaction of the keeper, I think that was a catch dropped. Ayam Sadiq, tall bowler, extracting bounce, which is probably what saved the batsman there. A very, very good beginning to the Crescent Stars defense. Just 14 runs off the first 3 overs. Easy single there. At this juncture, the Crescent Stars were close or about 20. This is the over that was pretty expensive. It's They moved from 18 to 38. 16 for 2. This time, flick down the leg side for an easy 2. St. John's have to slowly rebuild. They have lost 2 wickets, but they do have batting to come. More wickets will probably put more pressure on the incoming batsmen, so they need to make sure that, like Crescent Stars did, they have to make sure that they don't lose too many wickets. 19 for 2 after 4. Let me take this chance now to thank our sponsors, Kinetic Sports, for all your sports equipment, especially cricket equipment, CDCL, who have done a very fine job organizing this and a lot of other tournaments, Northwest Physiotherapy and Massage, Auto Report for any of your automobile maintenance needs. Remember, 22 Yards Network is the one bringing all of these pictures to you. Prep Ultra for your mortgage and real estate needs, and So Sports with all their sporting brands. Thanks a lot, all sponsors. Without you, we wouldn't be having this broadcast. Very good ball there by Abdul Rahim. Excellent ball. Just keeping that very tight line, which is not allowing the batsmen to free their arms at all. All they're able to do is guide the ball towards the fielders, and that too, the ball is going to the fielders who are inside the circle. Remember, this is the power play. There's one, this time it's a full toss, and the ball has been glided towards that fielder in the deep. There are two fielders in the deep, one in the long off mid wicket region, long on mid wicket region, and the other in mid wicket itself. And so far, the batsmen are in general hitting in that area. So the fielding placements are spot on. All the big shots have been attempted on that leg side between uh, the straight on the straighter side to mid wicket. So both the fielders have been kept busy. Again, this time gently placed towards the point region for just a single. 5 runs of this over so far. Abdul Rahim doing a great job. Five overs up, winding up with a dot ball. The batsman will feel that he's missed an opportunity there. A ball that was going towards the leg side. So again, just 5 runs of that over. Abdul Rahim, 3 overs, none for 12. Fantastic spell so far. 24 for 2 after 5. Crescent Stars are having a great power play here. Welcome back. 24 for 2, chasing 163 with 5 overs up. Some lovely new ball bowling here by Crescent Stars, conceding just 24 off 5 overs. This is the 6th over, the last over before the power play. Ayam Sadiq here doing a fine job. Managing to flick the ball away towards the leg side for a single. One run conceded of the over so far. Next ball, a foolish ball just guided towards that gully region, straight to the fielder. They still managed to get a single, but a run rate of 4.59 at the last over of the power play is not something St. John's would have planned at all. Great bowling by Crescent Stars over here. Another single down the ground. Again, the fielder didn't have to move too much. So here's the last ball of the power play. Ayam Sadiq, what a great job he's done. Oh, that was wayward delivery. I think he was trying to surprise the batsman with a shortish ball, but got the line completely wrong. Well, this time the batsman takes a couple of steps down the pitch, kind of gets it on the half volley, and 2 runs of it. And at the end of the power play, the score is 30 for 2. The Crescent Stars were uh, they had reached about 50. So St. John's are at deficit of about 20 runs. They need to be able to make up quickly. Let's do it after every alternate over. Every alternate? So after this over, then go over after. Kurbani comes in after an excellent power play. He'll be hoping to carry forward the momentum generated by Gaurav and Amin, right? Amin. Rohit and Siddhant will be looking to get a move on, at least get the scoreboard ticking. Started off with a flighted delivery, which was hit straight back to the bowler. Full toss, flighted full toss, but again straight to the fielder at that square leg position. Now that the power play is over, we have four fielders outside uh, the circle, out- and very tight fielding there. We have one fielder at long off, one at long on, mid wicket, and square leg. So good protective cover on the leg side, and so far the bowlers have been bowling to their fields, which is very nice to see. Good captaincy by the Crescent Stars captain. Full toss this time hit towards that long off fielder for just a single. Just 2 runs off this over so far. St. John's are not getting the break that they are looking for. And a very good catch taken there at the deep. He made it look so easy. He was in the shadows and right at the boundary, and that was a very, very well judged catch. 32 for 3 after 7 overs. So, these are, I thought one. Welcome back. The last ball of the last over yielded a wicket for for Crescent Stars. Rochak is the new batsman who's on the non-strikers end, and St. John's are struggling big time here. 32 for 3 after 7. Hussain is the bowler, and the bowlers so far have done a terrific job, not letting the batsmen get away at all. I don't think there have been more than a couple of boundaries in this innings so far, which is excellent considering the required run rate was 8. 160 now needed, 130 now needed of a little more than 13 overs. Run rate has now crept to about 10. Wrist spinner there. Tried to play a late cut, but I think the lack of pace is not letting them take the runs that they would like. Oh, that's a very good ball. Excellent ball. Marginal decision there. Very difficult to give that out one way or the other. A well flighted delivery this time. The ball hits the inside edge. It's just 3 runs off this over, and able to get that aerially above the infield, but straight to that fielder in the mid wicket region. Just 4 runs, 36 for 3 after 8 overs. And at this point in time, Crescent Stars definitely have the upper hand. I think the bowlers have done everything that they would have asked them to. All the best case scenarios that they might have discussed have played out, and St. John's is most likely under a lot of pressure right now. They need at least 2 or 3 big overs to get back on track. Going for their shots. A good shot there, playing down the leg side, and that's a boundary. A welcome boundary for St. John's. Gurwani continuing. One more hit straight to the fielder there, and 40 for 4. Welcome back, Umang, the new batsman. 4 wickets gone for 40 with a run rate of just 4.7. Not the most ideal situation for St. John's to be in. ₹123 required of 11 and a half overs, which is about 10.7 runs per over. They have just not been able to get a move on at all. The batsman is just a little injured there, probably had a fall. Doesn't look like anything serious, but he is taking some time to get back. So coming back to the bowling so far, 8.4 overs, 40 for 4 is at least 30 runs below where St. John's would have been hoping to be at this juncture, and definitely that much behind what Crescent Stars were at this stage of the innings, their innings. And it's not because the batsmen are not trying. The bowling has been extremely tight. The bowling has been so good that the batsmen are just not able to get going. And there's the first drop catch. 6. A drop catch which pushed the ball beyond the boundary. 46 for 4. After 9, a welcome 6. 10 runs off that over. They probably need a couple more of these, or maybe 3 more of these, to make a chase out of it. 117 required of 11 overs. That's a very good example of when I say the bowlers are not letting the batsmen get away with it. Look at that line and length, and the batsman is just not able to play a shot. This time the ball falling a little short, and the bowler has cover for that. A well flighted delivery this time, played through the gap on the offside, and the fielder manages to stop the ball and restricts the batsman to just 2. Here's Hussain coming for his next ball. This time straying down the leg side. The batsman just gently gliding it. Let's see the umpire's signal here. Well, it's off the bat, so 2 more runs added to Umang's kitty. $51 for 4. Uh, this time the batsman tries to hawk the ball over the infield on the leg side off the back foot, completely missing it, or at least completely missing what he intended to do, and the ball goes behind the wicket keeper. They still get 2 for it, and a well flighted delivery and well played, converted to a full toss and timed quite well. It almost gets to the boundary, and the batsmen run a comfortable 2. So that's 9 runs off the over. 55 for 4 after 10. So just a reminder for all our viewers who are watching, and for anyone who's just started watching, 22 Yards Network has partnered with the Canadian Cancer Society, and your support here matters a lot. So please scan the QR code. All your donations will be going directly to the society who support cancer patients, cancer research, prevention of cancer, and any cancer advocacy programs. Cancer, as you know, is deadly, and any donation towards its cause would be highly, highly appreciated. So please go ahead, scan the QR code, and make your donation here. St. John's getting a move on. Two productive overs, 10 coming off one and 9 of the other. They'll be hoping for a 20 run over or something, which would give them the confidence to attack further. But again, like I said, the bowlers are literally giving nothing away. The spinners are keeping it quite tight, bowling extremely good lengths, just uh, either full or just short of just about good length, as are the pacers. So and very little width being given over here. Yes, there has been some balls that have straight to the leg side, which have either been wides or maybe 1 or 2 runs, but that's the literally the second time in this innings where the batsman was able to free his arms and hit a very productive shot. So good for the cow corner area. The last 2 or 3 overs would give some encouragement to the St. John's squad and especially the batsman over here. Umang doing most of the damage. That was out. I guess it was an unnecessary single. It was going straight to the fielder, who had all the time to pick it up and throw it to the keeper, who again had all the time to disturb the stumps with the ball in his hand. This is what pressure can do to you. And that was again unnecessary. Welcome back. 63 for 5, 100 needed of 9.2 overs. They need a little more than 10 runs and over. They have been kind of keeping to that run rate over the last 2 or 3 overs, but uh, a wicket, another run out uh, was unfortunate, and we'll have to see how much of a dent it makes to the chase. Here comes Kurbani, a little bit of width, but didn't bounce as much. Krunal in the crease right now, trying to get the chase on. This one was hit on the gap in the leg side, but just a single. So after 11 overs, the score is 64 for 5. 99 required of 9 overs at 11 runs per over. The last over yielded 9 runs. So 28 runs have come over the last 3 overs, with the required rate being about between 10 and 11. They are almost getting there, but they need two bigger overs now to get the chase right back on track. However, they've lost 5 wickets, so it's not quite easy to say where the chase is going to go. Here comes Hussain. A good shot there. You're capitalizing on the full ball, but could not get the elevation or the distance that he wanted. But it was in a no man's land, so uh, an easy single. This time going to the leg side and then disturbing the rhythm of the bowler. The umpire gives a wide. The bowler is definitely not happy. This time moving again, but unable to make contact. Oh, that one was, it's a highly optimistic appeal. Well flighted delivery. The batsman reads that early and hits it towards the offside and gets two. When the pace on the ball gets slower, the batsmen have to generate power for the ball to travel the distance. Uh, Timing is good, but you need to generate power, which I think the batsmen are struggling with, considering the somewhat tight lines that the bowlers are bowling. Just 3 runs off this over. Fantastic over again. This time, an aerial shot straight to the fielder. That's the 6th wicket to fall. And from now on, it's looking very difficult for St. John's. I am not sure uh, if the remaining batsmen are going to be able to make a chase out of this. Good innings by Umang. Some optimism into the chase. He injected some urgency into the chase, but unfortunately got out trying to increase the run rate. 12 overs, 67 for 6. The run rate is still less than run a ball. The required rate is 2 runs a ball, 96 of 8, with just 4 wickets remaining. Kurbani coming to finish his spell here. 4 overs on the trot. Good bowling. Flighted delivery, completely missing that ball. Gaurav, who bowled that excellent spell, would be hoping that he's able to contribute with the bat too. That one was most likely pitching outside leg. Good ball though. That angle makes things difficult to hit in on the leg side. Another good ball. This time swinging the bat and making a decent connection, going towards the leg side for just a single. Gaurav taking guard. He needs to bat as well as he bowled. Good ball again. 2 for 22 off his 3.4 so far. Gaurav trying to hit that ball onto the train tracks, but there was a big gap between bat and ball there. And Kurbani's last ball of his spell, and I think he's done such a good job. 2 for 22 of 4 overs. 13 overs, 68 for 6, 95 needed of 7. At this point, let me say thanks to our sponsors, Source Sports, with all that excellent sporting equipment they have, Kinetic Sports, supporting cricket, jerseys, soccer from their store, CDCL, once again holding all of these very good tournaments in Calgary, Northwest Physiotherapy and Massage for anyone who needs some massage after this game. Auto Reboot with their automobile services. And we get back to the game. And we have Prep Ultra for any mortgage and real estate services. 94 needed now. Oh, that ball was hit extremely well. The best shot of this innings. That was a full ball right into his arc, and he hit that straight as an arrow. Welcome six there, but is it too little too late? That one was a nick. The ball kept low. Gaurav did not read that bounce, nicked, and unfortunately, even the keeper missed it. This time, a short ball and wide that goes close to the boundary, not quite there. And is that going to be one more run out? No. Confusion all around, but fortunately, wickets are retained. 77 for 6, 86 required of 6.2 overs. Crescent Stars firmly believe that they probably have one hand on the cup already. Some struggles there with the stumps. 86 required of 38 balls, which is not the easiest, especially with 6 wickets. 6 wickets lost. They need 2 huge overs. And when I say huge overs, I'm talking about more balls like that. Gaurav there making the most of the ball coming to his arc. 2 sixes of this over. Should we tell the umpire? And Krunal's job now is to give the strike to Gaurav as much as possible. Gaurav seems to have the ability to hit those long shots, which is what St. John's desperately need now. Saranjit to try and stop Gaurav from doing that. Oh, and he misses that ball. A little, a little slower. Here comes Saranjit. This time straight, not giving Gaurav the width. Here he comes again. That ball swung. Wonder if he got some reverse swing there. This time, again, somewhat slower ball, not quite able to hit that as hard as he would have liked. And this has turned out to be an excellent over. Every bowler has put his hands up and made sure that they are not giving away runs, not letting St. John's take the advantage here. That was a wayward delivery, but just 4 runs off this over. Excellent over by Saranjit. Excellent bowling change. This time is hit straight to that fielder, and that's the end of Krunal. 7 wickets gone for 91. 72 required of the remaining 30 deliveries. Shubham, who had a good outing with the bat, comes in, just took the catch, and he's rewarded with 1 over. You can see that the St. John's camp are not at are not in the best of moods. Gaurav on strike. Can we expect to see some more shots flying around? That was an excellent ball. Good Yorker length. Couldn't Gaurav couldn't do anything about that. Here he comes again. This time, oh, it's a full toss, high full toss. The umpire gives the no ball there. Free hit, and that is thrashed towards the offside. Fielders in chase, but they are able to easily stop that one. Nitin facing his first ball. Oh, that's a gentle delivery on the leg stump. All the batsman could do was defend it back to the bowler. This was a short delivery, and Nitin tries a ramp shot but couldn't connect. Oh, this time he cuts that ball, takes the outside edge to that short third man fielder. Easy single. And what is Gaurav able to do off the last ball? He's on 20 of 14. He needs to inflict maximum damage here. And that has been hit straight, but well timed. Beats the fielder at long off and goes for a 4. That brings the score to 98 for 7. 65 needed of 24. For those who have been watching and for those who have just joined, please consider donating to this very noble cause. 22 Yards Network has partnered with Canadian Cancer Society. Please scan that QR code to donate for all the funds that go straight to Canadian Cancer Society, which supports the cancer patients, research, prevention, and advocacy programs. Please consider donating. This is a very noble cause. Saranjit getting to his next over after very good first over. This time that was a great ball. He's getting that outswingers. Excellent bowling there by Saranjit. This time it's been hit and slight misjudgment there by the fielder gives them an easy single, which brings Gaurav on strike, which is probably what St. John's are looking for. Here goes Gaurav, hit straight to the fielder at the deep. And that brings up the 100 for St. John's. 63 of 20 balls. That's a full toss and that's hit straight down the ground. The fielder comfortably stops it for just a single. Gaurav on strike. One ball left in the over. What is he able to do? He hits that to the leg side this time. But again, the fielder comfortably stops it for a single. But more importantly, it's going to be Gaurav on strike. 61 needed of the remaining 18 balls. 20.33 is the required rate, which is a tall ask. Gaurav needs to play a special innings, but he has only 4 runs left before he has to retire. Oh, that's a decent delivery, but unfortunately uh, was completely down the leg side. Correctly given wide, but it was coming in to the batsman. 60 needed now of 3 overs. Shubham continuing with his over. He also bowled a fine first over. Is Gaurav able to do something? Once again, the ball is swinging for him, but not as much as he would like to prevent that wide. Gaurav is smartly just evading the ball. Let's see what happens of this ball now. This time the ball does go outside of good aerial shot, but top shot of the boundary. Easy two. What does Gaurav do now? 17 balls, 57 runs. Another good line there. All Gaurav could do was guide it on the offside for a single. It's a good strategy there, not allowing Gaurav to free his arms. That angle kind of suppressing him. This angle for Gaurav might have made a little more difference. He would have liked to hit a shot in that angle, but because Shubham decided to go round the wicket, smart bowling. That was straight, and all the bowler batsman could do was hit it for a single, bringing Gaurav back for strike with just 3 balls remaining in the over. 15 balls, 55. That one was somewhat full, could not capitalize on it, considering the line was not the best. But in any case, Gaurav has reached his 30s. He played a good innings, but it was too late. I don't think, uh, if for someone with his hitting ability, if they had come a little higher up the order, it might have made a difference. But now, 14 balls, 54 runs, that's a tall order. Here, Shubham, 2 balls left in his over, and Nitin swings, makes a decent connection, but the ball does not go beyond the circle. फिर से? 53 runs required of the last 2 overs, 12 balls. Here's Saranjit. Good ball, the ball swinging through the air. Once again, this is an excellent spell by Saranjit. What a ball. 3 dots, one after the other. Ooh, again, that's a 4th dot. Are we going to see a maiden over as the 19th over of this game? 53 runs required of 8 balls. Okay, that's not going to be a maiden. Oh, is that going to be a run out? No. They managed to get a single. Just randomly scoring. So makes a decent connection and just a single. So just 2 runs off that over. 2 runs off the 19th over when 53 runs were required off 2 overs. That is some phenomenal bowling. So this is the last over. 50 runs required. The Stars firmly have this Division 2 in their hands now. 48 runs of 5 balls. One more flighted delivery. Oh, did he nick that? Not that it matters anymore, but Abdullah Karim given the responsibility of the last over. A high full toss given the treatment, but didn't go as far as he would have liked. 47 runs required of 4 balls. Once again, converting it to a full toss, but just hitting a gentle offside nudge straight to the fielder. 46 now required of 3. And 46 required of 2 balls. Oh, they gave up, yeah. So that's the end of the game. The Division 2 has been won by the Stars. Crescent Stars won by 45 runs after scoring 162. Some phenomenal bowling by the bowlers of Crescent Stars has given them the Division 2 championship. They have every reason to celebrate. They have played a very good game of cricket. They started good and then consolidated in the middle and got to a decent score, and their bowling amazing. 45 runs was the final margin of victory and 11 extras versus the 25 bowled by St. John's. I think although that didn't make a difference in the math ultimately, but all those extra runs would have given a lot more encouragement to the Crescent Stars. Well, only 2 innings of note. Umang Parekh scores 22 of 16. Gaurav Singh 30 of 20. Too little, too late. Siddhant Devani scored 16 to start off with. 11 by Rohit Dua. And then 2s, 4s and 5s by the remaining batsmen. And that bowling, 2 for 22 by Kurbani. 1 for 17 by Sadiq. And look at that economy rate for Abdul Rahim and Saranjit. And Abdullah Karim, who bowled the last over. 3 overs, 12 runs, and 3 overs, 11 runs for Saranjit Lal. That is the bowling that I was talking about. Not letting any wicket, letting any uh, bowlers take any advantage of them, keeping the lines and lengths very tight, and ultimately it was a very, very easy victory for the Crescent Stars. Congratulations to Crescent Stars, and with that, we come to an end. And there's the summary of the game. Kurbani Mehdi, rightly player of the match. Well played. And before we leave, I would like to again remind you of the partnership 22 Yards has with Canadian Cancer Society. Please scan that QR code. Your support here matters a lot. All the funds would go to the Canadian Cancer Society, who do a great job supporting cancer patients, cancer research, prevention of cancer, and any advocacy programs where they are needed the most. That's the QR code. Please scan it and donate whatever you can. This is a very, very noble cause, and we are counting on your donation.